What's up everyone, how are you all? Today we are back with another blazing Naruto story. What if Naruto uses Rasenshuriken in Chunin exams? If you enjoy then please like, share and do comments. And also check the description box to Roignal, creator of this beautiful creation. Naruto and the rest of Konoha 12 were eating at Yakiniku-Q when suddenly a bright light surrounded them. Wait, what happened? Naruto said, while the rest of his friends started to wake up. They all looked around and saw Kakashi, Kurenai, Asuma, Guy, Iruka, the three Sand siblings, Jiraiya. Here is known as the third Hokage, a woman with blonde hair, an Enbu member and a really pale guy with black hair. Tenzo and Tsunade, what are you guys doing here? Kakashi asked. I would like to know too. I was in the middle of my research then suddenly I ended up here. Tsunade punched Jiraiya. Ow, what was that for? For peeking at women, Tsunade said, giving him a death glare. Okay, so who are you? Kiba asked, pointing at a pale guy. Everyone's eyes looked at him. I'm Sai, with a fake smile on his face. Before we get started I would like to introduce myself, said the Sage of Six Paths appearing out of nowhere. Don't tell me, Asuma, you are third Hokage. Just spit it out already, screamed Naruto. Shut up you baka, Sakura punched Naruto. Ow, Sakura-chan. Yes, I'm the Sage of Six Paths, but please call me Hagoromo. Anyways, all of you guys are probably wondering what are you doing here? Well, you are here to see the future. We get to see our future youthful selves, that's awesome, shouted Lee while hugged Guy. Meanwhile Neji and Tenten sighed. Tell me old man, do I become Hokage? Naruto screamed with sparkles in his eyes. Naruto, stop screaming. Sakura punching Naruto again. Hagoromo just chuckled, while Sasuke just looked. How troublesome, Shikamaru said under his breath. Okay, should we get started? Yeah, yelled Naruto, Lee, Guy, Kiba, Sakura, Ino, and Jiraiya. While the three Sand siblings just looked at all the Leaf ninjas. Wait, what are you guys doing here? Choji asked the Sand ninjas. You'll see. Okay, let me get started and show you all the events leading up to the Fourth Shinobi War. Fourth Shinobi War, all the adults yelled. I will get to it. A scream came out of nowhere. But before I get started I would like to bring 4 more people. They're from the future. The room was quiet. I knew it was you. Everyone looked in the direction of where the voice was coming from. Their eyes widened when they saw a cloth with the words, 7th Hokage, on it. Shut up Dobi, said the man with black hair and black clothes. If it wasn't for your Rinnegan we wouldn't be here, shouted the 7th Hokage. Rinnegan? Asked Kakashi. Then the 4 people looked their way. Sasuke, why did you put us in a genjutsu? Asked the 7th Hokage. Sasuke? Sakura and Ino said. I didn't put us in one. Naruto, older Sasuke said. Naruto? Everyone gasped. So he actually becomes Hokage, Lord Third said. Hello, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi. It's been a while, smiled the Sage of Six Paths. Oh hey, old man, older Naruto smiled hugely. This is how Naruto looks, he got cuter, thought Hinata. So I do became Hokage. I told you guys I would be Hokage, shouted Naruto really loud. What a drag, thought Shikamaru while everyone else sweat dropped. You guys are here to watch your past selves watch the future, said the Sage of Six Paths. Oh no, said older Sasuke, Naruto and Sakura. What now? Asked older Kakashi. HHH. Spit it out already, yelled older Sakura. Hinata is going to worry when I don't show up, older Naruto said worriedly. Hinata? Asked Neji, Kiba, Shino, Naruto and Kurenai. Yeah, she's my wife in the future, and if I can home late she's gonna get worried, older Naruto said. All anyone heard was a loud thud. Everyone turned to see a fainted Hinata. I marry Hinata, that's so cool. Naruto was happy thinking about someone caring for him. Everyone was just shocked or surprised. Yeah, and I had to back to Sarada, said older Sakura. Everyone is gonna find out my feelings, older Sasuke said. You don't even care for our child? Older Sakura punched Sasuke. Our child? Sakura turned blushing madly to Sasuke. Yeah, and you grow up to be strong, older Sakura said to younger Sakura. Tsunade looked at the mark on older Sakura's forehead. So she achieved the mark. Very interesting, thought Tsunade. Naruto hasn't scanned the room yet. He looked around and saw a guy with white spiky hair in a ponytail. He froze. Pervy sage? Older Naruto said with a crack in his voice while walking up to him and giving him a hug. Older Sakura and Kakashi just stood there quiet because they knew all the pain Naruto went through. Don't worry, I achieved world peace like you always wanted me to do. Naruto then started to cry a little. Don't tell me, I was your master and eventually I died? Jiraiya said. Yeah, okay. I got a question, asked Kankuro. What is it, my boy? The Sage of Six Paths asked. Why the fuck are we here? I mean, me and my siblings are the only sand ninjas here and they already know the future. Also, what's a Rinnegan? Kankuro said. Well, first, you guys are important in the future. Second, Team 7 are important in the future because they could only stop the war, and a Rinnegan is something you'll learn later. So I do become stronger, said Naruto and Sasuke at the same time. They both look at each other. Before he started, Hinata woke up. Oh hey, Hinata, Naruto said while walking towards her and sitting down next to her. She just turned a shade of red no one have seen before. Poor Hinata, Kurenai thought. At the Hokage office, what did Lord Jiraiya say? Said Shizune. It seems the training is going well. Tsunade replied back. I become Hokage, screamed Tsunade. Please calm down, I think they are about to show me, Jiraiya said. With Jiraiya and Naruto. Naruto is breathless from training hard and his clothes all torn up. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto then starts to make a giant Rasengan and hits a rock. Damn Naruto, I didn't think that was in you, said Kiba laughing. Shut up. The force of your Rasengan has grown in 2 years of training. Perhaps it's about time we move on to the next level. Next level? Yes. Naruto makes his way to Jiraiya. What are you gonna do? Perhaps the time has come to utilize your inner power. Is that? Yes. You may have to put your life on the line for this training. Alright, I'm ready for it. Naruto looks up at the sky. Whoa, wait a minute, he's talking about that power, is he? Naruto asked, looking at older Naruto. Yes, you are correct. Wait, what power? Asked almost every genin in the room. Well, it seems like you guys don't know yet. Older Kakashi said. Know what? Asked Sakura. About the nine-tailed fox, Lord Third said. Younger Sasuke actually paid attention this time. Please don't tell them, I am not ready yet, Naruto said. It's okay, everyone in the future knows about it already, older Naruto said while giving him a big smile. Oh okay then, Naruto then went up to Iruka. As you all know, 12 years ago the nine-tailed fox attacked the village. The fourth Hokage saved the village by sealing it away. But the only way for it to be actually sealed is by putting it inside a person. Gaara then looked at Naruto, who was sitting next to Kakashi and Iruka. That person is Naruto. Every genin looked at Naruto with fear in their eyes. Naruto just sighed. You're like me, aren't you? Gaara said. Everyone looked at him because he finally said something. You carry a demon inside of you too. Whoa there, they are not demons, they are just mistreated, older Naruto suddenly spoke. What makes you think that? Asked Gaara. I've talked to every single tailed beast, I am their friend. No one said a word, they just kept quiet, they couldn't speak anyways because they were too shocked. Gaara just looked away. I forgot he was like this before he became Case Cage. He turned back with wide eyes. Case Cage? Temari and Kankuro were surprised. Yes, anyways I will show you. Kurama and I are friends. Kurama? You named your little pet Kurama? Older Sasuke just started to laugh. Hey, for your information, he had a name already. Older Naruto yelled. As Naruto went into Nine Tails mode. Everyone's eyes widen. Show off, Sasuke said under his breath. So that's the chakra of the Nine Tails when it's under control, said Asuma. Yup, said a deeper voice. Who said that? Asuma asked. Brat, me, the Nine Tails. Everyone looked over at Naruto, his eyes were all red now. Okay. Naruto clapped his hands. Sorry about that, he doesn't like people yet. Anyways, why I am here? Asked Yamato. Yeah, I would like to know too. Asked Sai. Stop asking me why are you guys here, all of you guys do a huge role for Naruto, Sage of Six Paths answered. Anyways, let me continue with the future. At the Hokage office. It's been 2 years already. The day that Brat returns may soon be upon us. Hey, what was that for Granny Tsunade and where am I? You went training with Jiraiya for 2.5 years, older Naruto said, almost crying. At the Leaf Hospital, Sakura was healing a guy's hand. Naruto is a mysterious being. Tsunade said. With Ino, Shikamaru, Choji, and Asuma. All three of them were training to perfect their jutsus. He's been away from the village now for 2 whole years and yet. Asuma just stood there smiling at his students. With Kiba, Hinata, and Shino. Kiba was practicing his two-headed wolf fang over fang while Hinata and Shino watched him. His presence keeps on growing. Tsunade finished her sentence. With Tenten, Neji, and Lee. They were running when Tenten stopped to take a short break. "Are you alright?" asked Neji. "I'm at my limit, just 10 more laps. If you stop now, Naruto will laugh at you." Hokage office. Everyone seems to keep Naruto in their thoughts as they train. Shizune said. Tsunade got up and looked out the window. "Ah, you guys are all so nice." Naruto got up and tried to hug them but they all declined except for Hinata who fainted in his arms. "Wait a minute, everyone is training with their teams, how come Sasuke isn't with Sakura?" All the future people looked at each other. "Well, it's a bit more complicated," older Kakashi said. "Okay." Naruto just looked at him while Sasuke looked at older him trying to him out what happened. "So now almost everyone knows their roles in their future so far. Let's get a little bit of action going on." Somewhere, you hear footsteps and panting. Then you see a ninja's shadow. He's about to open a door. 2 more shadows open a door. "Not here," a girl said. "This one's empty too," a guy said. "He's not in this one either." "Come on, where the hell are you? We've come so far, after all this time. Where are you?" "Sasuke." "Well, I'm guessing that's me and Sakura." There was an explosion. Everyone gasps. Then there was Sai in the middle of it. "That's me," said Sai smiling. Naruto and Sakura runs towards Sai. Sakura looks at Sai mad. "Sakura," said a voice. She looks towards the figure. Sasuke. "It's you?" Naruto then joins the scene looking at Sasuke. Sasuke. Naruto. Flashback. "What makes you think you know about it anyway? You never had a family to begin with. You were on your own right from the beginning. What makes you think you know anything about it, huh?" He thinks about his family while Naruto looks at him angrily with red eyes. "I'm suffering now because I had those ties. How on earth can you possibly understand what it feels like to lose all that?" He pushes Naruto off him. "It's true, I have no idea what it's like having parents or a brother." Goes back to Naruto and Sasuke. "If that's how you felt," said Naruto. Back to them fighting. "Why, Naruto? Why would you come so far for me?" "Because this is the first time I've ever had a bond like this." Sasuke gaps. "That's why I'll do anything I can to stop you." Back to both of them. "If everything you've said was true, then why?" Back to fighting scene. "If that's how it is, I'll just sever that bond," Sasuke said. Back to them. "Why didn't you kill me that day?" asked Naruto furious. "Weren't you gonna break our bond, Sasuke?" "The reason is simple. It's not that I couldn't break it, Naruto." Flashback to Itachi killing the clan. "Like me, you may be one of the few who can use Mangekyo's Sharingan, but there is a catch. Take the life of your best friend. You must kill him." "Damn Sasuke, is that why you wanted to kill me?" Older Naruto asked. "Shut up, Dobi, I didn't kill you." Back to Sasuke and Naruto looking at each other. "I just couldn't stand the idea of obtaining power by following in his footsteps. I spared your life on a whim, nothing more." "Oh Sasuke, shut up, you loved me," older Naruto said, getting closer to him. "You stop, get away from me." Everyone just laughed or chuckled. Sasuke suddenly got close to Naruto. Sakura gasped. "How did he do that?" "You know, come to think of it, wasn't it always your dream to become Hokage someday? All of the time you spent chasing after me would have been better spent in training. Wouldn't you agree, Naruto?" Then he got closer. "But this time, my whim is telling me to finish what I started." He then started to pull out his katana. "How could I ever be Hokage, if I can't even save one friend? Isn't that right, Sasuke?" Sasuke then moved his katana about to stab Naruto. "Sasuke." Sakura gasps. HMPH, all you heard was blade penetrating. "OMG, did I die? No." Naruto started to panic. Am I really that dense? I'm right here," older Naruto said. Everyone laughed. "What happened to Sasuke anyways?" asked Sakura. "Isn't it obvious he became a rogue ninja after he went on a search for power to kill his older brother?" Shikamaru said, bored. The room was dark, then you heard a chuckling. "Naruto," a deep voice said. "Come, you know what you have to do. Give him a glimpse of our power." Naruto then looked at him. "Ah, what's the matter?" A bubbled Kurama start to appear. "Why do you hesitate? You need my power, don't you?" Naruto just kept looking at him. Now then, who do you want to kill? You understand by now, don't you? Without me, you couldn't do anything at all. Now do it. Naruto looked at the seal. Break the seal completely. If you do, I'll grant you all of my power. Naruto moved his hand. No, all the genin screamed. Sasuke's hand showed. How did you? Naruto asked. I can see everything. So this is where all that power's coming from. Interesting. I never would have guessed you had this inside of you. I see. You're one of the Uchiha. You've advanced well beyond your years, haven't you? That you can even see me inside of Naruto is impressive. It's that repugnant Sharingan, the true power behind your cursed clan. I actually hate him for that, older Sasuke said. Well, too bad. What was that you want to fight now? Fine, let's go. You'll just lose your right arm this time, older Naruto said. Everyone's eyes went wide. I'll lose my arm? Sasuke asked. Yeah, because of this retard. Hey, what was that? Yelled both Naruto. You'll see the fight later, I think. I take it this isn't your first time seeing the Sharingan. So you're the Nine Tails, huh? With that vision of yours and chakra more ominous my own, you're the spitting image of Madara Uchiha from the elder days. Sasuke then touched the Nine Tails and it burst. Naruto gasps. Never heard of him. Am I supposed to care? The screen went black. The funny part, you end up caring, Sasuke. Older Naruto said. Why? Sasuke asked. Almost every question you have will be answered later. Older Sasuke said. So I'm guessing I train by myself. No, you train with Orochimaru. Anyways, you guys know what happens with Sasuke, we should continue, the sage said. Mission room. It was a simple case of a lost cat. Do you know how long you've been out there? Asked Ebisu-sensei. Yeah, but sensei, that cat was faster than lightning. Said Udon. It was almost like it had run off before, Moegi said. Adult Team 7 and younger Team 7 sighed at the same time. I don't want to hear it. A mission of this delicate nature requires speed and precision which you three are sorely lacking in. You need more training. Well, how do you expect me to push my limits on a Lamawad mission like this one? Hey, Iruka-sensei, don't you have anything flashier for me? Said Konohamaru. That's Konohamaru? Wow, he's grown up, said Asuma. Hey Naruto, isn't that our kid sensei? Asked Sakura. Yeah, and Naruto and IH have kids? Asked Hinata. Yeah, we end up having two, said older Naruto. Hinata just fainted. Well, he better treat my daughter good or else, Sakura said, crunching up her knuckles. Sakura, he's the 7th Hokage, he knows that Sarada is in good care, right? Naruto, Sasuke said, activating his Sharingan. Why yeah, he shivered and gulped. Everyone's sweat dropped, while Hinata started to wake up. Look, it's not that simple, Iruka-sensei said. Listen carefully. You three screw-ups only just make genin level. No one's going to assign you to high-rank missions right out of the gate. Ebisu answered. All you'll be getting is D rank for now, Tsunade said. HMPH, Konohamaru sat down. I'm not taking no for an answer. After all, you're looking at the 7th Hokage. The 7th? What about the 6th Hokage? Tsunade said. Yeah, who is the 6th? Guy asked. Me, said older Kakashi said. What, my rival became Hokage? How youthful, he started to cry. What? Why would I do that? Kakashi's sweat dropped. Because of a promise you made, plus they trusted you. Oh okay. That spot's taken, Naruto's gonna get it. Everyone in the room gasps. Outside with Team Ebisu. Yeah, speaking of Naruto. Udon said. I wonder where he even is right now, said Moegi. I bet when he comes back, he'll have become an awesome shinobi. I believe in him 100%. Konohamaru responded. Everyone heard sobbing and they turned to see older Naruto crying. Dude, why are you crying? Kiba asked. Because I didn't think I meant this much to him. He's getting a promotion. He's one of the highest ranked ninjas right now, older Sakura said. Oh, Hokage office. Shizune, Tsunade, and Iruka look out the window. 7th Hokage perhaps, but definitely a second Naruto. I hope you're doing okay out there, Naruto. Though Iruka. Flashback. I don't care what it takes. I'll get stronger and bring Sasuke back. Back at the Hokage office. It's been quite a while since he spoke those words and left to train with Master Jiraiya, Iruka spoke. Yes, it's about time for him to come home, isn't it? Shizune said. The Leaf Village needs him to return. There's too much happening for him to be away, right? Whoa, what's happening? Naruto asked. Akatsuki, older Sasuke said. The what now? Oh, shut up and watch. Still cold I see, mumbled Naruto. In the forest, a guy with white hair and a teenage boy walks through the forest. They end up walking through a huge gate. Hey now, is that who I think it is? Said Kotetsu. No doubt about it, answered Azumo. With Sakura. Hey, Sakura, yelled someone. Sakura turned around. Oh, hi, Konohamaru. So where are you off to? The main gate. I had to pick up this morning's pedestrian traffic ledger to Lady Tsunade. Do you want to come along? With Naruto and Jiraiya. It's been 2.5 years. Said Naruto. So it has. Back to Sakura. They got to the gate. Hey, Azumo, Kotetsu. How are you today? Well, look who's here. Said Kotetsu. Huh? Something's waiting for you back in town. Yeah, you have to see it, to believe it, Azumo said. What are you guys talking about? Konohamaru asked. No way. Sakura then looked back. With Naruto. He drops his stuff and starts to run up the pole. Jiraiya just looks at him. Now this takes me back. The village hasn't changed a bit. I'm home, everyone. Naruto Uzumaki has returned to the Hidden Leaf village. How come when I came back it changed? Because the village got destroyed, said older Naruto calm. How can you say that so calm you are not even worried? Naruto yelled. Because no one died, I was the hero and the village is better now. I am the hero, I knew it. I bet I surpassed the 4th Hokage. All the adults look at each other in the room. I noticed every adult started to look at each other in the room, said Shino observant as ever. I believe that, so you guys are keeping secrets now, said Kiba. Shino was hurt he didn't finish his sentence. Well you see, Lord Third said. It's okay I found out, older Naruto gave him a smile. What did I find out? Naruto asked. Who our parents are. All the genin looked up wanting to know who his parents were too. Who are they? Older Naruto goes up to Naruto and ruffles his hair. Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Namikaze, also known as the 4th Hokage. Every genin looked surprised. Shit, even the Sand siblings. Naruto started to cry. Why are you crying? Because that's all I ever wanted to know. He looked up at himself smiling with tears in his eyes. Oh, by the way, you even surpassed every Hokage, pervy sage, and even Kakashi-sensei. Why didn't I know who my parents were? And what kind of parents seal a tailed beast in his own child? Well, you see, to protect you they put our mom's last name because our dad had enemies and the only way to keep you hidden was to give you the last name of Uzumaki, and the second question you'll find out later. Oh okay. Everyone just stayed quiet looking at the two Narutos. It was emotional for his younger self. Boruto, why are you here? Boruto? Everyone asked. Yeah, Boruto Uzumaki, that's me, he said smiling. Everyone's eyes went wide figuring out he is Naruto's son. Hinata. Everyone? Sarada. Sakura ran to her daughter. Oh thank God you're okay, did anything happen? No, Sarada replied back. Was something supposed to happen? Asked older Hinata. No, I paused time so when you get back nothing change. Six Paths said. Okay good, because then I'll need to do more paperwork, older Naruto said. Daddy, said a girl that looked like Hinata but with blue eyes and 2 whisker marks. She then goes running to Naruto and jumps on him. Hey, Sunflower. Everyone was even more surprised. Why, are we seeing our younger self? Asked older Shikamaru said. We are seeing our past and they are seeing the future, replied older Naruto. No one could even speak from just the shock. So we finally get to see our parents' past, that's so cool. Boruto said. No, older Sasuke yelled. 10. What is it, Dad? All of my inner feelings are going to be exposed, I'll be so weak, Sasuke sulked. Sakura punched him but not as hard as she does with Naruto. Didn't your dad go rouge at some point? Asked Inojin. Yeah, I'm guessing that's Ino Sensei's son, said Lord Third. I'm Inojin, he said with a cute smile. This place is such a drag, why can't we go home? I was taking a nap, said a boy. And that's Shikamaru's son, he looked at him. Be more polite and introduce yourself, a woman said smacking him. What a drag, I'm Shikadai, said boredly. I am married her, him? Young Shikamaru and Tamari said at the same time. Well, things got interesting, said Asuma. Asuma-sensei? Choji, Ino, and Shikamaru said. Great, do I die? They all just looked at him sadly. So that's Asuma? Said a chubby girl. And that's Choji's daughter. Hi, I'm Cho-Cho. I'm Himawari, she said while pulling young Naruto's hair. They just laughed. And I'm Sarada, she said fixing her glasses. I'm Metal Lee, shouted someone. And that's Lee's son, HMPH, said Neji. Everyone was shocked seeing Lee's son, but then again he looks like Guy and Lee. But to the future people, they were just shocked to see Neji alive. Brother Neji? Asked older Hinata. That's Uncle Neji? Boruto and Himawari rushed to him and giving him a hug. What's going on? Neji asked. Well you see, you died during the war, Hinata said almost crying. The genin were shocked. Neji. Older Lee ran towards him and hugged him almost breaking his back. Get off him before you break him, older Tenten said. So everyone is here? Said older Sakura. I'm here also, everyone jumped. Who are you? Lord Third asked. I'm Mitsuki, he said smiling. Who's your parents? It seems everyone is paired up already. Orochimaru, he said still smiling. Orochimaru, yelled everyone. Yeah, he turns good again, Naruto said chuckling. So I'm guessing me, Shino and Tenten are the only ones without kids here? Said Kiba. Don't forget about us too, older Gaara with Kankuro. Right, alright next scene. Hokage's office. Meet up with the rest of your team, immediately, Tsunade said to Yamato. Right away, he then disappeared. Outside with Sakura. Hey, Sakura, Naruto said. Hey, wait, this is the place, right? Where, we're all supposed to meet up here. Yeah, that's what I was told. Yeah, me too. The two started to talk. Then Sai came from around the corner. Hello, Sai said smiling. Hey, what are you doing here? Huh? Sakura was confused. You're that guy from the roof, earlier. What? Asked Sakura. It's a pleasure to meet the both of you. From now on, I'll be taking Kakashi's place. Yamato said. Naruto was mad but Sai was smiling. Sakura turned to Naruto. Naruto, do you know him already? Yeah, this jerk attacked me for no reason. Naruto then pulled out a kunai. That's enough, Naruto. Yamato steps in. Huh? Oh yeah, who are you, anyway? Oh wait, are you? Yamato nods. I'll be filling in as team captain while Kakashi's recovering in the hospital. Hospital? Kakashi was a bit surprised. You used your Mangekyo Sharingan too much, older Kakashi answered. Hey, wait a minute, what happened to my Sharingan? It gets stolen. Okay. Kakashi looked at himself weird. Please call me Yamato. You three are going to be comrades now, so you better learn to get along with each other. Naruto and Sakura gasps. You're joking. Comrades with him? I'm sorry about earlier. But you see, I knew we were going to be teammates, and I wanted to see how strong you were. Sai said. Oh well, that was pretty stupid. Yamato then explained the mission. And they departed. Okay, this next scene goes out to Naruto especially, said the Sage of Six Paths. He then got closer to Naruto and whispered in his ear. Okay, anything you see and hear is classified, you cannot talk about it outside this room, older Naruto demanded with a serious face. There you go again bossing people, Boruto said a bit annoyed. Well, I don't exactly know what happened during the Tenchi Bridge mission but I know the outcome. And it's not pretty. Okay, you can continue. Tenchi Bridge. Yamato and Kabuto were talking when suddenly Orochimaru came and Kabuto attacked Yamato. For now, why don't you signal to the three baby rats behind you to come on out, Orochimaru said. So that's your dad, he actually looks like a snake, Boruto said. Mitsuki just smiled at him. Yamato signaled, then all three of them came out. Naruto was already mad, his eyes were red and his fingernails were longer. Well, it's you again, Kabuto smiled. I know that face all too well. And it looks like the Nine Tails tagged along. Well, we might as well have a little fun together. Let's find out who's gotten stronger, you or Sasuke. Naruto's teeth got sharper and his whisker marks got longer, he got angrier. All the genin looked at younger Naruto with fear in their eyes, except for Sasuke. So that explains the whisker marks, thought Shikamaru lazy. Give Sasuke back. Naruto's hair got messier and then the red Nine Tails cloak appeared. Whoa, I thought it was yellow? Said Sarada. I didn't control it at that time, he stated. It's not as simple as giving him back. Really, you're way off here. Sasuke came to us of his own accord. You can't dwell on the past like this. It's unbecoming of a man. Kabuto said. Shut up, Four Eyes, Sakura said. Mom, sorry. You don't understand how people really feel. You only understand cold logic. Sakura got angry. If you really want to know about Sasuke, then I'm afraid you're just going to force it out of me, if you think you're up to it. Orochimaru smiled. Naruto just got madder and his teeth got sharper. He jumped up, breaking the bridge's wood a little by the force of it. He then went to Orochimaru full speed and hit him, sending him several yards away while breaking one of the support beams from the bridge. The bridge was shaking. Everyone was speechless. Naruto, what is this? Thought Sakura. Naruto had one tail. What is that? Sai was wondering. Yamato started to think. Flashback. I see. So it's just as I feared. Jiraiya said. Judging by the shape the chakra was taking, the number of tails will probably grow. And eventually, they'll be 9. Kakashi stated. That about sums it up. Wait, who is that, Dad? That's my master, Pervy Sage, the hero I told you about. Pervy Sage? Boruto remembered the stories Naruto told him about. He walks up to him. How did you ever put up with him? Boruto asked, looking at his dad. Jiraiya was laughing. Hey, both Naruto heard. Kid, I don't know, Jiraiya said. Master Jiraiya, how many tails have you seen? Jiraiya just smiled. In all my years of living, I've come close to death only twice. He starts to take off his clothes one by one. The first one, I've broken 6 ribs, both arms, and ruptured a handful of internal organs. That was when I was caught doing research at a hot spring, and Tsunade beat me like a drum. She just looked away a little mad. The second was back when Naruto and I were off training together, and the 4th tail appeared, he said, showing them a big mark on his chest. His anger acts like a trigger. The number of tails increases, along with his rage. He thinks back to where he was training Naruto and 3 tails came out. He was able to maintain consciousness with the appearance of the first 3 tails. Naruto's head then fell and a 4th tail starts to emerge. But after the 4th, his mind was overpowered. All that was left was a hunger for destruction. He was like a smaller version of the 9-tailed fox. He then explained how the 9 tails cloak harms his body. Geez, why is everyone in my family so scary? Boruto said, frustrated. What do you mean Hinata is nice, Himawari is cute and Naruto is the Hokage, said Sarada. You don't have an idea what goes on at my house. Himawari is so scary and strong with her Byakugan, she looks exactly like mom, and don't get on mom's bad side or else. Boruto tries to shake off the bad thoughts. That's exactly why we need you for this mission, Yamato. After all, you carry the cells of the first Hokage in your blood. Tsunade said. You alone possess the ability to control a Jinchuriki now. It's in your blood. Luckily, Naruto also wears the first Hokage's necklace. What happened to the necklace? Asked older Sakura. Well, see. Naruto said, smile while rubbing the back of his head. You lost it, you know much that thing is worth. I didn't lose it, it just broke. We're counting on you. Flashback ends. It shows Yamato in his current mission. Orochimaru walks back and Naruto looks right at him. His face is ripped up, but he fixed it up. Your dad is creepy, Inojin said to Mitsuki, who just smiled. You don't own him. Naruto started to get madder. 2 more tails start to come out and his cloak got redder. Sasuke doesn't belong to you. Don't you talk about Sasuke like you own him. Especially in front of me, you rotten bastard. Kids, don't say those words. The red chakra surrounded him. Until he moved, the wood broke and the bridge's metal bent from the force of it, and it eventually snapped. The chakra went back inside Naruto. Kabuto ran at him. Naruto turned around and basically shoot chakra air at him. He broke the bridge. Kabuto went flying. Chakra. He did all that with just his chakra. Kabuto said in his head, smiling at himself. So much force, almost every Jonin said. With Naruto and Orochimaru. Naruto was battling Orochimaru when suddenly he hit him. He jumped out and he was missing an arm. He stopped a second when another body came out of his mouth. Yeah, your dad is definitely creepy. He's a loving man once you get to know him. Naruto's 4th tail start to emerge. He starts to lose unconscious, his eyes are all red, he screams. His skin starts to peel away, then the only thing you see is a chakra layer. When the skin and blood leave the 9-tailed cloak, it burns away. He's inside a black sphere in a crater he made. He breaks the sphere and massive air breaks down trees nearby and he creates another fucking crater. Naruto actually turns into a mini Kurama but with 4 tails. So much power, thought literally everyone, well except the both Naruto. The chakra that's leaking out seeks stability. It's trying to assume the complete form of the 9 tails. This is not the same chakra as before. It's more intense. far more malevolent. It's using Naruto's body as a medium, but it's just like a miniature Nine Tails. Thought Yamato. Naruto and Orochimaru are head-to-head fighting. Orochimaru laughs while puking tons of snakes from his mouth, and all of them have swords coming out of their mouth. Naruto was surrounded, but he held his hand high and smashed it on the ground. He created a huge shockwave and all the snakes disappeared into thin air. The force of that shockwave from just a single of his hand. Damn it, Yamato looks at Naruto again. For to be subjected to that much chakra and still be. How is he still able to move? Damn Naruto, you're powerful than I thought. HMPH, I need to train harder to get my revenge. Then, young Sasuke started to get mad. Orochimaru and Naruto were still fighting. Naruto releases red chakra and blue chakra. What's this? Orochimaru was wondering. Is that chakra? Sai thought. Naruto then put his four tails together. The chakra in the air starts to come together, making a purplish sphere. That is going to be trouble. Orochimaru started to notice. The sphere went small, creating a little shockwave. Orochimaru jumped back. One can't be on the receiving end of that much concentrated chakra and survive. Naruto, what are you doing? Naruto's nine tails started to break, making his mouth open bigger. He then swallowed the chakra sphere. And he went down a little. However, do you plan on fighting me, weighed down with such dense chakra? Yeah, Dobi, what were you thinking? Younger Sasuke said. Well, that's not me yet, so am I supposed to know, huh? Naruto then expanded. Smoke was coming out of his mouth. So, that's his plan. Orochimaru bites both his thumbs while Naruto shoots the chakra toward him. Triple Rashomon. The bomb hit one of the Rashomon and air flew everywhere. This battles is too intense. I can't find a way in. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. When the smoke went away, the place was a mess and Orochimaru was there bent. With Kabuto, what we saw just then was definitely Lord Orochimaru's triple Rashomon. Destroyed in the blink of an eye. Never imagined would be like this. Kabuto analyses. And I learned to control it, right? Asked younger Naruto. Well, yeah, you do. You become so strong and to protect everyone. Younger Naruto then jumps up. The ground shakes, then a sword hit Naruto, sending him back with Sakura, Yamato, and Kabuto is at. Naruto was holding the sword. He's closer to becoming the Nine Tails than ever before, Kabuto smirked. Sakura eyes go wide. Naruto sat there with the sword on his chest. It was trying to stab him but couldn't, he moved it like it was nothing. Yamato took this chance to seal the Nine Tails away by wrapping wood around Naruto. He was struggling to get out and he eventually broke out. I've gotta do it now, Hokage style, Elder Jutsu. 10th Edict on Enlightenment. He placed his hand on Naruto's chest and it started to glow. He jumped away with chakra connected. He then summoned wood pillars that surrounded him. Naruto started to go back to normal slowly. He screamed from the pain he was having. His body it's covered with wounds. Sakura was looking at his body go back to normal. Naruto was still screaming when he fell to his knees. His eyes were all white like it had no life in them. He finally fell over. Sakura tried her best to take away his pain. The fourth tail master Jiraiya spoke of. I never imagined it would be as powerful as this. Naruto started to heal faster and woke up. So you're telling me all that happened and no one told me? Older Naruto said. Well, Yamato, and I thought you didn't need to know. Sakura laughed a little. Well, I guess. No one even talked. They were terrified, shocked, surprised. Even Gaara, who had a tailed beast, didn't know the Nine Tails was powerful. Well, can we go to the next scene? The chakra that's leaking out seeks stability. It's trying to assume the complete form of the Nine Tails. This is not the same chakra as before. It's more intense, far more malevolent. It's using Naruto's body as a medium, but it's just like a miniature Nine Tails. Thought Yamato. Naruto and Orochimaru are head-to-head fighting. Orochimaru laughs while puking tons of snakes from his mouth, and all of them have swords coming out of their mouth. Naruto was surrounded, but he held his hand high and smashed it on the ground. He created a huge shockwave and all the snakes disappeared into thin air. The force of that shockwave from just a single of his hand. Damn it, Yamato looks at Naruto again. For to be subjected to that much chakra and still be. How is he still able to move? Damn Naruto, you're powerful than I thought. HMPH, I need to train harder to get my revenge. Then, young Sasuke started to get mad. Orochimaru and Naruto were still fighting. Naruto releases red chakra and blue chakra. What's this? Orochimaru was wondering. Is that chakra? Sai thought. Naruto then put his four tails together. The chakra in the air starts to come together, making a purplish sphere. That is going to be trouble. Orochimaru started to notice. The sphere went small, creating a little shockwave. Orochimaru jumped back. One can't be on the receiving end of that much concentrated chakra and survive. Naruto, what are you doing? Naruto's 9 tails started to break, making his mouth open bigger. He then swallowed the chakra sphere. And he went down a little. However, do you plan on fighting me, weighed down with such dense chakra? Yeah, Dobi, what were you thinking? Younger Sasuke said. Well, that's not me yet, so am I supposed to know, huh? Naruto then expanded. Smoke was coming out of his mouth. So, that's his plan. Orochimaru bites both his thumbs while Naruto shoots the chakra toward him. Triple Rashomon. The bomb hit one of the Rashomon and air flew everywhere. This battles is too intense. I can't find a way in. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. When the smoke went away, the place was a mess and Orochimaru was there bent. With Kabuto, what we saw just then was definitely Lord Orochimaru's triple Rashomon. Destroyed in the blink of an eye. Never imagined would be like this. Kabuto analyses. And I learned to control it, right? Asked younger Naruto. Well, yeah, you do. You become so strong and to protect everyone. Younger Naruto then jumps up. The ground shakes, then a sword hit Naruto, sending him back with Sakura, Yamato, and Kabuto is at. Naruto was holding the sword. He's closer to becoming the 9 tails than ever before, Kabuto smirked. Sakura eyes go wide. Naruto sat there with the sword on his chest. It was trying to stab him but couldn't. He moved it like it was nothing. Yamato took this chance to seal the 9 tails away by wrapping wood around Naruto. He was struggling to get out and he eventually broke out. I've gotta do it now, Hokage style, Elder Jutsu. 10th Edict on Enlightenment. He placed his hand on Naruto's chest and it started to glow. He jumped away with chakra connected. He then summoned wood pillars that surrounded him. Naruto started to go back to normal slowly. He screamed from the pain he was having. His body it's covered with wounds. Sakura was looking at his body go back to normal. Naruto was still screaming when he fell to his knees. His eyes were all white like it had no life in them. He finally fell over. Sakura tried her best to take away his pain. The 4th tail master Jiraiya spoke of. I never imagined it would be as powerful as this. Naruto started to heal faster and woke up. So you're telling me all that happened and no one told me? Older Naruto said. Well, Yamato, and I thought you didn't need to know. Sakura laughed a little. Well, I guess. No one even talked. They were terrified, shocked, surprised. Even Gaara, who had a tailed beast, didn't know the 9 tails was powerful. Well, can we go to the next scene? Naruto and Jiraiya were walking down a road. They stopped and talked about the Akatsuki for a while. It's a bitter pill to swallow knowing that those, too, will be after you now. But that is your fate. Not to worry, though. After all, you will have me around. Older Naruto got tensed and brought his head down as soon as he heard those words. How could I forget this moment? It was when I finally realized someone will be there for me no matter what. He couldn't stop thinking about what he just heard. Well, of course, everyone from the future saw him get all sad. Oh well, I'll just have to hurry up and get stronger. No other choice. All right, let's find the Tsunade woman you're talking about. Naruto says happily. Jiraiya chuckles. The kid has got a one-track mind. They continued to walk when Naruto finally realized something. This beautiful woman that you got us scouting around for, is she the Tsunade that you mentioned? Hey, not bad kid. You're pretty sharp, aren't you? Why, what's on your mind, then? Well, you said she was one of the 3 legendary Sannin, the same as you, right, pervy sage? That's right. What's your point, already? How old is she? Same age as me. Jiraiya gave him a thumbs up. Yuck, she's ancient. NNNAARRRRRRRUUUUUUUUTTTTTTTOOOOO. Tsunade screamed at him while punching him. People were laughing at them. They stopped at a town. Naruto went to get food for him, then he heard laughter. Huh? Was that pervy sage? He walks in on Jiraiya with 2 girls. What can I say? I love the ladies. He then realized Naruto is right there. Oh, hey kid, had your fill of the festival already, huh? He drank some sake. Naruto stared at him with wide eyes, then his eyes went to the table in front of him. His frog was flat as a paper. He then started to argue with him. Naruto accidentally threw his food at a guy entering the place. "You stained the boss brand new designer suit, you street rat. You're paying for that, $100,000 large." Some random guy said. "What? You're telling me that suit costs $100,000? Jiraiya just smirked. Naruto then looked at the guys. "That seems a little bit outstretched, fellas. You expect us to believe that monkey suit is worth $100,000? You looking for trouble, old man? You'll shut your yap if you know what's good for you," the boss said. The boss used to be a Chunin from the hidden village of the stones. The legendary dark ninja feared across the land. "Ah, this I've got to hear." Jiraiya crossed his arms smirking. "The legendary what, now? You're asking for it, pal. Just keep pushing," the boss said. "Naruto, this is perfect timing. I have a new jutsu I want to show you. Now, pay attention." He starts to make a Rasengan. "Enough already." The boss went charging towards Jiraiya. Jiraiya then threw his Rasengan. The guy went flying. "That was awesome," Naruto said smiling. Jiraiya bought water balloons and was now in the forest. Naruto started his training day and night. He finally popped the water balloon, then went to stage 2, rubber ball. While Naruto was training, Jiraiya went around asking if they saw Tsunade. He eventually got a location. "In the forest. I've got to do it." Naruto got up and tried to do it again. "Ow, ouch. I can't even build up chakra. It hurts so much. I think he's almost at his limit," Jiraiya thought while hiding. Naruto sighed and was panting hard. He took off his headband. He was even training hard when he was younger, thought almost everyone. "I just need a little more time to rest, that's all." The wind was blowing and the leaves were shaking from the trees. When a leaf fell on his forehead, he moved his hand, and right when he was about to move it, he thought about Iruka. Flashback to the academy days. "Hey, boy, we're still in class here." Naruto and Kiba ran out of the classroom. A scene skipped to when Naruto and Choji were eating in class. "You foolish runts." Then to Shikamaru and Naruto sleeping in class. All four of them were now outside the class with now a mad Iruka. "You guys don't have a single ounce of concentration between the four of you. You are all far from the path to becoming excellent shinobi. And now look at us, the strongest in the leaf right now," older Kiba said smirking. "Sorry, but I wasn't made to sit still at a desk." "Right, Akamaru?" he barked. Shikamaru yawned. "Man, I'm hungry," Choji said. "Sensei, is this lecture almost done?" asked Naruto, bored. Iruka got mad. "Why, you little, from now on, you guys are staying after school to work on your concentration." Those boys," Iruka said. All four of them grunted. Then Iruka threw leaves at their forehead. He just chuckled. "What's this for?" Naruto asked. "You're about to take up a custom passed down through generations of the Hidden Leaf Village for sharpening the mind. Quit pulling our leg. You sure you didn't make that story up to get us to work harder? You don't even work that hard anyways," screamed Ino and Tamari. Troublesome woman," younger Shikamaru said. "No, I'm not making it up. It was all true. Anyway, you can't become a great ninja just by polishing your concentration," Kiba said. "Besides, everyone knows if you want to be an awesome ninja, you got to be strong." Naruto stated. "He does have a point," Choji agreed. "Stuff like this? Peef." He blew the leaf off. Iruka screamed. "Catch you later, sensei." All the boys ran out the window. "Now, you boys, wait a minute." Iruka went after them. As if. "No time, sorry. Hey, you ungrateful little misfits." Flashback ends. "Geez, and you tell us to behave," Boruto said. Troublesome, Shikadai just want to sleep. "I eat in class anyways," Chocho said while eating. Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba were laughing at their younger selves. Naruto continued his training, focusing really hard. "This is it. Ha, HRRH, HRRRH. He moved his hands in different directions around the rubber ball. There were a blast and chakra everywhere. Naruto flew back really far when all of a sudden a hand stopped him. This kid is something else. The chakra was so dense, it burned his palm. One surprise after another. Jiraiya smirked at his hard work. "I'm so proud of myself," Naruto said with the biggest smile. "Shut up, Dobi," Sasuke said. Both older Sasuke and Naruto sweat dropped remembering themselves when they were younger. Well, you should be, kid. I know your father would have been proud, Jiraiya thought. Hey, what do you know? It finally popped. Well done. It looks like you've mastered the second step. Come on, then. Let me hear the third one. That'll have to wait for now. It's time for us to meet up with Tsunade. While they went to go see Tsunade, Naruto trained and walked. They made it to the town she was at and they entered a tavern. Jiraiya stopped talking to Naruto. Tsunade. Jiraiya? Why are you here? Finally, I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh, should have known you'd be in here. That is Tsunade? An old lady, right, pervy sage. I should have known. He looked at her boobs. Younger Naruto was getting his ass beaten by Tsunade. They were now eating. Well, then, why have you been looking for me? Tsunade placed down cards. I'll cut right to the chase. Tsunade, in its wisdom, the village had come to the decision to name you as the 5th Hokage. She was about to pick up the cards but froze. Naruto and Shizune froze too. Naruto started to complain. Tsunade thought long and hard about being the Hokage. Impossible. I decline. Naruto and Shizune were speechless. If I declined, then how come I become Hokage anyways, and what's this have to do with Naruto's Rasengan? Tsunade asked. Well, it's everything about it actually. Just watch. Naruto complained more. You're slipping, Jiraiya. This apprentice isn't at all like your last one. He's a fool with a big mouth. Funny looking too. Oh, yeah? Naruto got mad. Everyone laughed. Well, to be fair, it'd be hard for anyone to measure up to that standard. The 4th Hokage showed all the signs of becoming the greatest ninja in generations, brimming with talent and natural ability. Brilliant, popular, and to top it off, nearly as handsome as his teacher. Yeah, okay, keep telling yourself that pervy sage, younger Naruto said. It's clear that I look like him, so I'm the handsome one here. Jiraiya started to laugh. Are you sure about that? Then they both started to argue until Tsunade punched them. Tsunade started to talk bad about the village and of course, Naruto got mad. He then jumped on the table about to tackle Tsunade, but Jiraiya stopped him. Tsunade immediately got up from her chair. Are you challenging me? You've got guts if nothing else. Let's take this outside, kid. They were now facing each other outside. One of the legendary Sannin taking on a snotty-nosed genin? I ought to be ashamed of myself. Who you calling snotty? I thought she respected you, Naruto? Older Sakura asked. Yeah, before I changed her mind, he said, smiling so huge. Well, I'm actually happy we get to be here. And why is that? Because we can now see all the adventures you talk about. Oh well, I didn't talk about a few. Yup, and that's why I'm glad. Yeah, me too, because he never has time. Boruto stepped in. Tsunade lifted up her finger. Well, what are you waiting for, kid? Don't ever underestimate me. Naruto ran towards her with a kunai, but she dodged it. She then used her one finger and took the kunai from Naruto and sent him flying back with her finger. Hey, kid, one question before you pass out. Tell me, what makes you so touchy about Hokage? Naruto got serious. It's because unlike you, that's my goal. Just watch. Someday I'll be Hokage. Tsunade gasps a little. Remember this, to be Hokage, that is my dream. She then thought about her lover and brother. Her eyes grew bigger. She looked down sadly. Tsunade just stood there shocked. She let her guard down. There's no way I can take her head on. Now's the time to use that jutsu. Focus. Naruto got ready. He made a Rasengan. Jiraiya looked at him and smirked. Tsunade finally looked up. What? Wait. Tsunade was shocked. That jutsu, it's. Naruto kept running at her. She then slammed her one finger on the ground and Naruto fell. Jiraiya, are you the one who taught this little kid the Rasengan? Well, of course, I did. I'm his teacher, aren't it? What of it? Huh. You and the 4th Hokage are the only ones who can use that jutsu. What's the point of teaching it to someone who can never master it? You old fool. Giving him false hopes like that. Filling his head with stupid ideas. Making him think he could actually be Hokage someday. Naruto had enough of what she was saying. I'll show you who's stupid. Just wait. Give me just 3 days and I'll have that jutsu down flat. Ha, watch what you say, kid. I might just told you to it. Hey, I said it, and I never go back on my word. That's my ninja way. Well then, care to make a bet on it? A bet? I'll give you 1 week. If you can master that jutsu by then, I'll admit I'm wrong, and that you're worthy of becoming Hokage. I'll even throw in my necklace. Ah, you can keep it. I'm not really into jewelry. You numbskull. That necklace belonged to the first Hokage himself. There are only 2 like it in the world. Why that little thing is worth 3 gold mines, and the mountains on top of him, Jiraiya said. Naruto turned his head to Tsunade with money signs in his eyes. Lady, you've got yourself a bet. He smirked. It's always money with this kid. Thought Jiraiya. All right. However, if you don't master it in a week, you lose and admit I was right. And I get the money in Froggy. Ah, not Gamma. Wait a second. He checked his pockets. Tsunade then left. Naruto went straight to training. Wow, just wow, Tsunade said. A week has passed and Naruto still trained day and night. Naruto laid on the ground struggling to get up. It's no use. Why can't I do it? It's too late. Running out of time. Naruto said, passing out. Everything around him was destroyed. The next day Tsunade went to talk to Orochimaru and Kabuto but ended up fighting Kabuto. Shizune, Jiraiya, and Naruto following behind. Mama, wasn't Tsunade your mentor? Asked Sarada. Yes, she was, Sakura responded to her daughter. Jiraiya, Naruto, and Shizune finally made it. It's been a long time, old friend, Orochimaru smirked. Long time indeed. And I can't say it's improved your looks any, old friend. Jiraiya says smiling. Orochimaru chuckles. Huh? Naruto looks at Kabuto. Hey, Kabuto. Kabuto turns his head. Naruto, Kabuto smirks. You've met this guy before, Naruto? Jiraiya asks. Well, of course I have. We took the Chunin exams together. What are you doing here, Kabuto? Out of the way. Tsunade suddenly pushes Jiraiya. Stay out of this. I can handle them. She starts to fight Kabuto again. Well, I was trying to help out, Jiraiya says, turning his head the other way. Tsunade was about to punch him but blood was spilled and she froze. Naruto started to get confused on why Kabuto was fighting Tsunade. If you want your answer, just look at his headband. He serves Orochimaru, Jiraiya said. He had the Sound Village headband. Naruto gasps. That's right, I'm a spy from the village hidden in the Sound. But, a spy? That's impossible. You don't really mean it? But you helped us get through the Chunin exams. You saved our lives. Naruto said, a little hurt. Only in order to gather information about all of you. That was my mission. Indeed, I've learned one important thing about you, Naruto. You lack any ninja ability. Young Sasuke laughed a little. Hey, Teme, what you laughing about? Sasuke didn't answer him while Naruto kept on arguing him and Sakura were holding him back. Everyone else sweat dropped while the older Team 7 was smiling at their younger selves. You're not a bit like Sasuke, Kabuto said while Naruto got mad and he was clenching his fists. Go on, glare at me all you want. You're still just a pint-sized genin in over his head. I admit that the demon inside of you had me worried for a time. But surrounded by 3 of the legendary Sannin, I see how insignificant you are. Next to them, you're a mere child sitting at the grown-ups' tables. Stay out of it, or die. Kabuto finished his speech while smirking. Naruto got triggered. Oh, yeah? Naruto went to attack Kabuto but failed. Shizune decided to fight Kabuto and Jiraiya will fight Orochimaru. Naruto was complaining about how he wanted to fight. While they were arguing, Orochimaru started to make signs to summon a snake. Jiraiya saw this and made his signs too, but since he was drugged by Tsunade he summoned Gamakichi. Orochimaru just laughed at Jiraiya. That's it, I'm not going to let that guy stand there and mock pervy sage. Naruto made his signs, summoning jutsu. Orochimaru gasps. That's the Nine-Tails brat from the Chunin exams. Orochimaru thought. The smoke cleared and instead of Gamabunta, Gamatatsu appeared. Kabuto just chuckled. He never had any skill as a shinobi to begin with, Kabuto said. Jiraiya sighed. He's still got a long way to go. Jiraiya thought. I wonder how he became Hokage, he never had any actual abilities. Thought all the genin knowing he was dead last in the academy. They eventually started to fight. So Uncle Sasuke was right about my dad being a loser, but he brought himself up. Boruto thought. He never really hated his dad, he just wanted him to be there with the family. They started to fight but Kabuto finally got Shizune down and Naruto was knocked out. Tsunade was left. Kabuto started to kick her on the ground while Naruto finally started to move, but he couldn't. Orochimaru and Jiraiya were still fighting. That brat of yours could never beat Uchiha, born as he was into the shinobi art of Sharingan. Without Sharingan poor, Naruto hasn't a chance of surpassing him. A shinobi's strength rests upon his ability to obtain and master all the jutsu of this world. The very reason we are called is because of the many ninjutsu arts that we wield, Orochimaru states. HMPH. You're wrong. That's not what makes a shinobi. You never did get it. A real ninja is one who endorses, no matter what gets thrown at him. Jiraiya smirks. A difference of opinion, I suppose. Let me explain something to you. There's only one thing that matters if you're a shinobi, and it isn't the number of jutsu you possess. All you do need is the guts to never give up. When Jiraiya said that Kabuto was about to punch Tsunade in the face but Naruto stepped in the way and blocked it with his headband. A little bit of blood went down his face. Back off. That's enough, already, you traitor. He started to make a Rasengan but failed. Kabuto started to mock and tease Naruto. While Tsunade was thinking about the night she met Naruto and how his dream was to become Hokage. Kabuto was kicking Naruto on the ground. Naruto caught his foot but Kabuto smacked him and he went flying away towards Tsunade. What are you doing? Tsunade asked. Naruto slowly got up, blood dripping. All right, Grandma, Naruto said low but enough for them to hear. Still haven't had enough? Kabuto got annoyed. Get ready to pay up on our bet. That cursed necklace of yours is about to be mine. Tsunade eyes widen. Shadow clone jutsu. Shadow clones can't help him here. Enough. Naruto, you don't have to protect me. Stop, already. Kabuto got out a kunai. I warned you not to be stubborn. Kabuto charged at Naruto. Now you die. You've just thrown it all away. Dreams don't come true when you're dead. Just get out of the way, Naruto. No, look out. Naruto just got more serious. Don't you worry about me. Naruto grabbed the kunai with his bare hands. Kabuto and Tsunade eyes widened from the surprise. Until I become Hokage, I don't care what happens. I am not going to die. Kabuto tried to get out of Naruto's grip but couldn't. Let's see you try to dodge me this time. He then started to make the Rasengan. He's channeling chakra again, like before. No, this is different. He made the clone to gather up his chakra. Ingenious. Rasengan. Naruto hit Kabuto and he went flying. Everyone was shocked. What the? Naruto and Kakashi turned their heads to the source of the voice, already knowing who it is. That kid is doing the Rasengan. How is it possible? A blonde, spiky-haired guy said. I don't know Minato, but we have company, a beautiful red-haired woman said, pointing out to the people in front of them. Hey, Minato-sensei, where are we and who are they? A boy with black hair asked. Idiot, they're probably the enemy, another boy with white hair said. With a brunette girl behind him. No, they have the leaf headband, Minato said. Naruto and Kakashi just stood there looking at their sensei, Dad. Aye. Naruto just smiled and ran up to them and hugged the red-haired woman and Minato. Kakashi followed but didn't engage the family's hug. Who are you? The red-haired woman asked. Well, you see, I'm your son, Naruto, he said with a closed eye smile. Minato's and the red-haired woman eyes widen, but before they can say or react to anything they were tackled by another person. The genin version of Naruto looking up at them. Finally, I get to meet you guys. He snuggled more into them. Followed by Boruto and Himawari tackling their grandparents. Minato looked at the woman with a confused look on his face. We are your grandkids, Boruto said. Minato and the red-haired woman were left speechless. Everyone, or oh, at the touching family moment. Some even started to tear up. Hey, what's going on here? The white-haired boy said looking at the two Kakashi. The oldest Kakashi is Kakashi number 1. The Kakashi with genin Naruto is Kakashi number 2 and the youngest Kakashi is Kakashi number 3. Great, another me? Kakashi number 2 sighed. Can someone please tell me what is going on and how come there are so many people, like really? A guy with black hair said. Everyone turned to look at him. Obito, shut up, you are making a scene, Kakashi number 3 said. Obito? The future people said. See what you did? Kakashi number 3 started to argue with Obito. While those two argued, the future people were staring at Obito and knowing how much pain he caused. When suddenly a girl with brown hair held their hands and they stopped. The two other Kakashi just sighed, remembering their days with them. The Sage of Six Paths cleared his throat and started to explain what was happening. While that was happening, older Sasuke and older Naruto sensed other chakra and looked at each other while they nodded their heads. Okay, come on out and show yourself. Naruto yelled in a fighting position while Sasuke activated his Sharingan. Out of nowhere, 3 people appeared. Sasuke dropping his guard, he started to cry but wiped it away fast so no one saw, but Naruto saw it and understood, so he got out of his stance. Sorry, we didn't understand who you guys were, so I put us in a genjutsu, a guy with black hair said. But now we understand everything. Fugaku, you were in the middle of a meeting, a black-haired woman said, not noticing both Sasuke walking towards them slowly. A little boy stepped in front of them. What do you think you are doing? He asked. TCH, shut up Itachi, older Sasuke said. Sarada head perked up. How do you know my name? Stupid, I'm your brother. What, I don't have one? I'm your younger brother. The 3 Uchiha's eyes widened. Sasuke's mom went to hug both Sasuke, knowing what he meant, and he returned it right back from missing her hugs while tears were going down his face. No one dared to ruin Sasuke's moment because no one ever saw him like that. After their reunion, Hagoromo started to explain again. Got it, all the new people joined said. Ha ha ha, Kakashi was like Sasuke from when he was younger, always acting emo and being quiet, Jen and Naruto suddenly said, laughing out loud. While Obito joined in too, everyone else sweat dropped. Older Naruto and Sasuke went over to Hagoromo while everyone chatted. The Konoha 12+ side talking in one group, all the Jonin in another, the second generation talking with their friends laughing at their parents' past, Hinata and Sakura talking to their husband's mom, the older version of the Konoha 12 talking to each other, Genin, Naruto and Sasuke talking to their dads. Genin, Obito and Kakashi arguing and Rin trying to stop them again, and the 2 Sannin talking to the 3rd Hokage. So why are you doing this? Why did you bring so many people, especially them? Older Naruto trailed off thinking about Jiraiya and his parents, while Sasuke thought about his family. I know it's hard, but you guys deserve to be with people you love and to think about the challenges you guys faced when you were younger and how you overcame them. Also, I know about the threat now, so I was hoping the second generation can see all the training you guys did so they can get stronger, Hagoromo explained. I see, Sasuke said. Anyways, we should get going. While the blonde ninja was training, his new powerful ninjutsu teams were scattered across the land of fire searching for 2 Akatsuki members. Each team are at their designated place and setting traps. Choji, Ino, and Shikamaru froze, knowing what's going to happen next. Kakazu. It took you long enough, said Hidan, but it turned out to be Asuma instead. Hidan's eyes widened. Asuma threw his shuriken, but Hidan blocked it with his scythe. Hidan then threw his scythe, but Asuma dodged it. While Hidan was open, Shikamaru used his shadow possession jutsu while Kotetsu and Azuma stabbing him. Way too slow, smirked Shikamaru. That's one of them down, Asuma said. Ow, that hurts. Who are you, people? Said Hidan, bored. Kotetsu, Azuma, Shikamaru, and Asuma were shocked. Everyone had their eyes wide open except for everyone who expected it. What the hell? We both hit his vital spots. Kotetsu was still shocked. Kotetsu and Azuma were pushing it in more. Quit sticking it in like that. I said knock it off. That hurts. Hidan was getting annoyed. What is this? Is he immortal? Questioned Azuma. Isn't that obvious, you fool? Now then, once again, who are you, people? Hidan said. He then looked at Asuma and saw he had the 12 guardian symbol with him. He then started to complain about how he needed to go back inside the office. We are shinobi of the Leaf Village. Our orders are to capture or eliminate you Akatsuki. We already know you usually operate in pairs. My original idea was to take down one of you first, then capture the other. Asuma then took out his blades. But I guess that plan's going to have to change. Hidan started to laugh. Not your lucky day. I'm afraid you chose the wrong one of us to start with. Hidan smirked. Your partner. Where is he? Asuma said, and as he said that, Kakazu came out and almost punched Shikamaru, but he dodged the punch. They got in their fighting stance. Hidan finally made his diagram ready for his ritual. Asuma and Hidan started to fight. The scythe eventually got Asuma on the cheek, and Hidan licked his blood off his scythe and ran towards his diagram. When he finally made it, he turned black and white almost like a skeleton figure, but while he was on his ritual, Asuma did his burning ash jutsu and there was a huge fireball. Hurts, doesn't it? Hidan said once the smoke and fire cleared. But instead of Hidan getting burned, Asuma got burned. I think this is when I died, Asuma said, noticing how everyone in the future keeps getting tense. What the hell's going on? Azuma was confused. Asuma took this chance to run towards Hidan, but Hidan stabbed himself in the leg and Asuma fell. Hidan started to laugh uncontrollably. Kotetsu, Azuma, and Shikamaru started to analyze what's happening and figured out that Asuma's and Hidan's body are connected. Hidan was about to stab himself in the heart. Now die, Hidan shouted. I don't think so. Shikamaru shouted and caught Hidan in his shadow strangle jutsu. Hidan was having trouble getting out of his jutsu, while Shikamaru was sweating bullets keeping him contained. Shikamaru started to analyze everything about Hidan and figured out how his jutsu works. Everyone knew how much of a genius Shikamaru was, so they weren't surprised. Shikamaru started to move Hidan outside his ritual diagram. Everyone was secretly praising Shikamaru's brilliant mind. Shikamaru was standing there smirking to himself. When Hidan was finally out of the circle, Shikamaru used his shadow stitch jutsu. Asuma slowly made his way to Hidan and cut off his head. Shikamaru and Asuma were panting heavily. No doubt about it, that was one close shave. If not for Shikamaru's quick assessment of the situation, we'd have been done before. Man, he really is something, this guy. No wonder Asuma respects him so highly. Azuma thought. Dad really was something back in his teens, Shikadai thought. Gen and Team 10 were laughing because Shikamaru is usually lazy, but they got to see him in action. They were getting ready to fight Kakazu, but Hidan suddenly started to talk. Of course, all four of them were shocked about Hidan's head. Kakazu went to get Hidan's head. Kakazu had enough of the leaf ninjas and started to fight. He finally started to sew Hidan's head to his body. Azuma and Kotetsu started to fight Kakazu, while Hidan went to finish off Asuma. Asuma did a surprise attack, but Hidan threw his scythe and it went to hit Asuma from the back, but he dodged it and it hit Hidan instead. How many times do you think Asuma suddenly stopped talking and Hidan laughed. Shikamaru's eyes widened and you can see the worry in his eyes. Hidan was standing inside his circle. Asuma started to shake from the pain. Damn, Shikamaru started to run towards Asuma, almost tripping. He stepped on a rock and fell to the ground. Hidan started to laugh. Well, does it hurt? Hidan started to question and he wiggled his scythe at the same time. How about now? Hidan started to laugh evilly. Finally. Now I can finally savor it. Savor the pain caused by your death. Hidan laughed more now. Shikamaru got up again while Hidan brought down his spear. No, no, Shikamaru shouted, but it was too late. Hidan stabbed himself and the spear went all the way through. Everything seemed to be going in slow motion for Shikamaru as he started to cry. Asuma spits out blood and finally fell off his knees and laid on the ground. Shikamaru started to run towards Asuma. No, no, Asuma. In the village, Naruto was still training while Asuma was fighting. Naruto shouted and you can hear puffs of his clones disappearing. He fell while panting and sweating hard. If I only focus on the Rasengan, I mess up the change in chakra nature, thought Naruto. Minato's eyes widen. So he's adding something I couldn't even do. My son sure is something. But if I concentrate too much on that, my Rasengan doesn't turn out right, thought Naruto while collapsing. I'm pathetic. He's not wrong, mumbled Boruto under his breath and no one heard him. Naruto stared at the clouds. Flashback. Kakashi was talking to Naruto. It's because I truly believe that you are the only shinobi who can surpass the fourth Hokage, Kakashi said with his closed-eye smile. Naruto stood there taking in what his sensei just said. Flashback ends. Naruto stayed on the ground. It started to rain. He thought about the day Sasuke felt the village and he got up immediately, already thinking about bringing him back. Multi-shadow clone jutsu. He shouted, getting ready to train again. Sakura watches Naruto in the distance with a smile on her face. While he was training again, one of his clones started to form into the 9 tails, but Yamato put it down. You okay? Kakashi went over to Naruto. Naruto just looked down disappointed. It's been one full day since we started trying to add the wind change in nature to the Rasengan. And you are using 200 shadow clones now. You've just achieved what the average ninja would take 4,800 hours to do. But I guess that's still not enough for you, Kakashi said. Everyone agreed. This training's impossible. It takes all my concentration to form the basic Rasengan in the first place. Adding a change in nature to that, it's just too much. Naruto said looking down. This shocked everyone because Naruto usually shouts how he's going to be Hokage. You're unusually negative. That's not like you. You don't sound like the Naruto Uzumaki I know, Kakashi said. While in the forest, Sakura was watching Naruto train in the rain until Sai came up and gave her an umbrella. Oh, Sai, you'll catch a cold. So, how's Naruto's training? Sai asked, but Sakura looked down. Learning to add a change in chakra nature to the Rasengan is harder than he thought. Mastering difficult skills have never been Naruto's strong suit. Well, that's why Kakashi-sensei is having him learn through action, right? Yeah, training only Naruto can do. They can double the amount of training he gets by using 2 clones, and he's using 200. Still, incorporating a change in chakra nature into a jutsu by itself is a difficult enough hurdle to get over. To say nothing of the fact that the Rasengan was a jutsu invented by the 4th Hokage. To try and add something to it now, especially for someone like Naruto, may be impossible. Sakura said worriedly. Sai looked at her and smiled. You have a point. Naruto is an idiot. Sakura looked up at him in surprise. He's a clumsy, tactless fool. For him to perfect something as intricate as a modification of the Rasengan, you know as well as I, he can't do it. And yet Kakashi-sensei and Captain Yamato have been sticking it out with him all this time. Sai said, and Sakura got mad. Hey, Genin, Naruto yelled. Naruto, would you shut up? Sakura talked back to him. I can't, he's talking smack about me. Naruto said, getting ready to hit Sai, but Sakura hit Naruto before he could. Ow, Sakura-chan, Naruto said, holding his head. While Sakura, Sai, and Naruto were talking, Sasuke was just standing in the circle watching it play out with a bored expression on his face, but he smiled just a little. I sometimes miss those days, Kakashi #1 said. Meanwhile, the village is forming platoons to fend off the Akatsuki. This is a total waste of manpower. I don't know what the Hokage expects from a no-talent like Naruto. Sakura got mad and smashed the tree. Sai's eyes widened. No talent? I will become Hokage. Naruto shouted, and everyone sighed because he is the Hokage. Say another word, and I'll knock you out. Sai stepped back from Sakura. And exactly do you know about Naruto, anyway? Sure, Naruto's not the brightest guy. He's clumsy, he goofs off, and he's a bird brain. But no one will surprise you more than him. He's saved our butts more times than I can even count. Every time someone expects him to fail, he proves them wrong. That's who Naruto Uzumaki is. And if you are his teammate, you'll remember that. Sakura said, defending Naruto, Sai giving her a smile. What the? You're smiling. I'll pummel you. Sakura got her fist up and Sai backed away more. Ah, Sakura-chan, you are so kind. Naruto tried getting close to Sakura, but he punched him. There's no need for that. But, you know, sometimes the knowledge found in books can be fairly useful. Sai said, bringing out a book. The Understanding People's Feelings series. When words can mean the opposite of how you feel. Then Sakura looked up at Sai. Sai, you mean you. I understand just how completely you believe in Naruto. And I also know that you will never betray his trust. Hang on, Sakura, Naruto will pull through, he said after walking away. With Naruto and Kakashi, I don't know. I have no reason to think it's going to work this time. Naruto said, still sad. You had to do it anyway. Yeah, well, that's easy for you to say. Why don't you tell me this? Could you look to the left and the right at the same time? He's right, that is impossible, Yamato thought. Oh, I see. If you're asking me. Yeah, I guess it's doable. Kakashi said. Huh? Naruto got surprised. Shadow clone jutsu. 2 Kakashi appeared. I'm looking to the right, original Kakashi said. While looking to the left. The shadow clone Kakashi said. This is what you mean, right? Naruto just stared at Kakashi and smiled. I get it. Naruto jumped up. What does he get? Though Kakashi. Shadow clone jutsu. Naruto shouted. At the Hokage's office. I see. Tsunade had her head down. Ma'am? What about Kurenai? Katetsu said. Tsunade took a deep breath. Notify everyone else regarding the funeral services. I will inform Kurenai. Tsunade was cut off by Shikamaru. No, I'll do it. I'd like to tell her myself. I got a message for her from Captain Asuma. Training field. Naruto used 2 shadow clones to help him do the change of chakra form in the Rasengan. So, my shadow clones earlier give you a hint, did it? Of course, only Naruto has both the chakra and skill with shadow clones for a method like that to work. I couldn't accomplish that. I bet even the 4th Hokage couldn't. But him? Just what I expect from a ninja like you, Naruto. You're full of surprises. I'm not sure how to say this, but I think I've really started to take a liking to you. Kiddo? Naruto froze and lost concentration to his Rasengan exploded and he went flying backward, making his other shadow clones disappear. Don't say gross stuff like that out of the blue, sensei. The jutsu I worked on all day got messed up cause you freaked me out. Naruto was pointing at Kakashi mad. I didn't mean it like that. Kakashi got closer. Hey, whoa, you stay away. Naruto started to panic. There aren't words to express how I feel. Kakashi was smiling and scratching his cheek, getting closer to Naruto. No. Naruto was crying and scooting away, but Kakashi kept getting closer. Everyone started to laugh at them except for Gen and Team 7 who were eyeing Kakashi number 2, making sure he isn't trying something. Oh, for crying out loud. What are those two doing? Yamato thought. Then a ninja from the village came. I have a message. Kakashi stopped and looked at Yamato talking to the ninja. What's going on? Naruto got up. Kakashi, we need to call off the training and return immediately. Yamato said. Kakashi already sensing something happened. What? Naruto was shocked. What happened? Kakashi asked, but Yamato kept walking with a sad look on his face towards them. Asuma Sarutobi. Yamato stopped for a second while the wind was blowing. Has been killed. It was a quiet moment, no one spoke. At the village, the funeral was taking place and everyone was in black. Even the sky turned dark on this sad day. Some were crying and others just standing there speechless. Of course, Asuma was well known around the village because of his great shinobi skills. A lot of people were there except for one that Asuma was very close to. Hiruzen was saddened by the fact his son got killed and he couldn't do anything about it, only letting the future decide. Somewhere around the village, Shikamaru was laying on a roof playing with the lighter Asuma had. He was hearing kids playing around and getting scolded because they were playing on the roof. Shikamaru started to chuckle, but it instantly stopped and he had a frown. He kept walking around helplessly. The sun started to go down and he was at home looking at the sunset. He hasn't moved an inch and it was nighttime. Shikamaru, come spend time with your old man, his dad said. Shikadai's eyes widened. That's grandpa. They started a game of shogi. Your game is a little off tonight. You're not going to win like that. Whatever, dad. Shikamaru couldn't think. The Akatsuki, they're strong, aren't they? Yeah, it was obvious he didn't want to talk. So, what's your plan? If someone like Asuma couldn't handle them, what shoot do you think you'll have? Sarutobi was a hell of a guy. I know, they kept placing their pieces down after the other. You know what you're doing? Look, you play your way, and I'll play mine. Shikamaru was irritated. No, son, I'm not talking about shogi. Shikamaru's head instantly went up. Well, you wouldn't do anything stupid, I suppose. I'm lucky in that respect. Shikamaru sighed and hung his head a little low. Who wants to go to their own son's funeral? You've done well for yourself. I'm very proud to be your father. Shikamaru put his knee up and hid his face. You're as sharp as they come, with great talent. Someone the Leaf can depend on in the future. But now, Shikaku paused. Asuma is dead. As soon as he said that, Shikamaru hit the shogi board, sending it flying and all the pieces going everywhere, and since he did some kind of wind, the fire on the candle disappeared, making the room go dark. Just what are you getting at, here? Only the truth. Shikamaru got up mad. Will you shut your mouth? All this talking is making me sick. Say what you want. I'm still nothing but a useless coward. Shikaku shakes his head. You're wrong. What do you want from me? Shikaku started to stand up and faced his son. Let it out. All of the anger, the sadness, and the fear. Everything that's brewing inside of you. You've got to let it go. It all starts from there, son, he said, then walked out, leaving Shikamaru crying. Remember, I'll be there for you. Everyone knew Shikaku was a smart man, so they expected no less than what he said, but his words reached deep inside a lot of the people within the room. Especially to Genin, Sasuke, and Gaara. After Shikaku's speech to Shikamaru, Shikamaru looked across the room, seeing the pieces all over the place, and crawled over to start picking up his mess. He stopped looking at a piece. Huh? He kept staring at it until he had a serious face on. Quickly picking up the board and placing it on the ground, he started to pick up the remaining pieces. He was strategizing all night. Shikaku woke up and went to the room he left Shikamaru only to find it empty and all the pieces on the board and positions. He smirked to himself seeing what his son has planned. Only Shikamaru, some thought. Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru went to Asuma's grave to say some last words before heading out. Village's gate. It was night and Team 10 were about to leave. Hold it, Tsunade said. Huh? They all turn around to see Tsunade. You going somewhere? Tsunade had a serious look on her face. Your mission directive still stands, right? I've just assembled a new team. We're going ahead with the mission. Shikamaru said. Not without my approval, you're not. Shikamaru, you will be assigned to a troop of my choosing, and only when we have a solid plan of attack in place. Listen, just send some reinforcements after us. The three of us have already worked out our own strategy. I've heard enough. Asuma is dead. There's only 3 of you. Tsunade got mad. Scary, both Naruto and Jiraiya thought from experiencing her punches. That's not true. Asuma is still with us. You're after vengeance then, are you? This isn't like you at all. Are you so eager to die? Tsunade got close to them. We are not stupid. We have no intention of running straight to our deaths. Believe me, it's just, well, Tsunade was waiting for his response. Just what? We don't want to run away and just go on living without fulfilling our duty, Shikamaru said, opening the lighter and turning it on. We aren't going to live without meaning. That's why we are going. Grow up, you 3. Face reality, there's only 3 of you guys. A full squad had 4. Huh, Kakashi-sensei? Ino questioned. I'll take over as Team 10's leader and go with them. Fair enough? Kakashi, what are you? Tsunade was cut off by Kakashi. I'll go with them since they will go anyways. Tsunade looks at each and one of them and sighs. Alright, they all cheered. Whaaa, they trust Kakashi? Obito yelled. Kakashi? Naruto laughed. That's a good one. By this time both Naruto and Obito were laying on the floor laughing together. Idiots, Genin Sasuke and Genin Kakashi said at the same time. Thanks, Kakashi, we owe you one. Hidden Leaf Training Grounds. What? Kakashi-sensei and the others have gone after the Akatsuki. Naruto asked Sakura. Yeah, they just left. I see. And what did Lady Tsunade say about us? Yamato asked. She agrees that we'd be the best squad to supply backup. She also said in order for her to send us, Naruto will have to master his new jutsu, and quickly. Master the new jutsu, huh? Naruto looked at his hand. Yeah, she says you've got the next 24 hours to wrap it up. Otherwise, she'll go ahead and dispatch another squad. Just 24 hours, huh? Yamato put his hand on his chin. Okay, Captain Yamato, what are we waiting for? Let's get to work. Oh, my son, look at him motivated. I couldn't ask for a better son. Kushina said. Hi, Minato said. Genin Naruto was left blushing. Whatever, you are still an idiot, Sasuke said. What? Naruto, oh my god. It is always you disrupting the scenes. Sakura hit his head. OWWWW. Naruto started to rub his head, glaring at Sasuke, who is not even facing him. Kakashi and Team 10. So that's the plan. Use this when you get a chance, to Kakashi-sensei. Please hold on to until then. Shikamaru said, giving him a blood capsule. Understood. I'm impressed by how much you've learned about your opponent, and from only one encounter. Well, the other guy powers are still a mystery. The way he quickly modified his strategy to accommodate my addition to the team, very impressive indeed. Kakashi thought. Everyone was impressed too, and Genin Shikamaru was left flustered by the compliment. It's the best I could come up with, given the limited information that we have. Once you've got it clear in your minds, run through a mental simulation of it at least 3 times. That's important because, as you guys know, visualization training can make all the difference. Shikamaru said, and Choji nodded with Ino. They went into action looking for the 2 Akatsuki members. Since it was raining, all of their tracks were wiped, but Shikamaru had a plan to use Ino's mind jutsu to use a bird and find them. They finally found them and Shikamaru threw paper bombs at them, but they managed to get away. Shikamaru then used his jutsu. We won't fall for that again, Hidan said, dodging the shadows. Hidan above you, Kakuzu said. Shikamaru jumped up and threw chakra blades at them with a paper. More paper bombs. Hidan, look out. They both dodged it and waited for it to explode, but before they figured out it It was too late, they were paralyzed by Shikamaru. We've been had, Kakuzu said looking at Hidan. Shikamaru looked down at them and smirked. He jumped down and looked at them. He is pretty cute, Genin Tamari thought. Shadow Possession Shuriken Jutsu, achieved. Little jerk, how did you do it when I dodged your shadow? Hidan was mad. What I threw at you were chakra blades. Not only do they absorb the chakra nature of whoever wields them, they complement and augment his jutsu. What the hell is this kid talking about, Kakuzu? Will you shut up, you idiot? In short, having absorbed the user's chakra, the chakra blades become an extension of his jutsu. So you see, I wasn't trying to hit you. I was aiming for your shadows the whole time. It's awesome as gift to you, a little memento of the man you killed. Kakuzu started to analyze what happened. Quite the little tactician, this one. Shikamaru used his shadow to paralyze Hidan and move him with his scythe towards Kakuzu, swinging it around. Kakuzu was dodging but hit his back against the tree. Now Choji, Shikamaru thought while Choji was doing his hand signs. Spiky human boulder. He yelled out, spinning and hitting the tree Kakuzu was at. Kakuzu. Hidan yelled but he hardened his body so he was alright. Kakuzu was about to attack Shikamaru but Kakashi used the Chidori and hit him right in the heart. Oh, Kakuzu cried out in pain. Huh? Hidan was surprised. Oh, but how? I didn't even sense your approach. Sorry about that, Kakashi said. Hey, what the hell is going on? What's all that crap about physical attacks being useless against you? Hidan sounded pissed off. Yeah, how? Shikamaru asked. How did you get behind the guy, Kakashi-sensei? I saw everything, including that flesh-hardening jutsu of yours. From the signs you were weaving, it's an earth-style jutsu, isn't it? You were able to read and interpret my signs so quickly. And your mastery of the lightning-style jutsu, wait. That's it, you're Kakashi of the Sharingan. Sharingan? Team Minato and Fugaku were surprised. He's not even an Uchiha, Obito was whining. I don't know anymore, Kakashi number 3 was confused. Well, you'll understand later. Kakashi number 2 was rubbing the back of his head. It's complicated, Fugaku was just staring hard at Kakashi. And here I thought you were just trying to cover more of your ugly face, Obito said. I can agree with you on that, Genin Naruto said while everyone laughed at their similarity. Earth is inferior to lighting. Not your lucky day. You done for. Kakashi moved his hand out of his body. Sucker punch to the heart, huh? You threw? I can't believe it. Just like that. Man, Hidan was disappointed. That's right. And you're next. Kakashi used his Chidori again and was about to hit Hidan but he got kicked in the stomach and was sent flying to a tree. Kakuzu was standing there. Whaa. And after all that tough talk of yours. Well, who's done for now, huh? Hidan said with a smirk on his face. Kakuzu took off his cloak revealing 3 masks and 1 broken one. They all left his body with black threads as bodies. Now shall we slaughter them? Hidan was laughing. Oh yeah, Kakuzu nodded his head. Before fighting, the one with the broken masks collapsed. Hidan was complaining about how uncool his jutsu looked. Just stay back, Kakuzu said. No way. I'm tired of being pushed around by these losers. Hidden Leaf Training Grounds. Such power. Yamato thought while standing on a tree looking at the huge crater Naruto made. Yamato jumped down where Naruto was at. Alright, so close. I'm almost there. Sasuke and I will be equals then. Yes, indeed you will. But you'll have to watch out for Sasuke's fire change in nature. Huh? There are negative and positive relationships between the 5 great changes in nature. Yamato got down and started to explain what the relationships of the 5 great nature meant and drew the natures. Now then, if we move clockwise around the circle, we see each one's strength relative to those on either side of them. Huh? For example, fire is a change in chakra nature that is superior to wind. However, it is inferior to water change in chakra nature. Each nature is superior to one, and also inferior to another in the circle. So, if you hit Sasuke's fire-style jutsu with a wind-style jutsu of equal strength, you'll only create an even bigger fire jutsu that he can deflect back at you. However, take a look at the circle. Wind may be inferior to fire, and yet, on the other hand, it's superior to lightning. Which means your new jutsu will be superior to Sasuke's lightning-style Chidori. Naruto, you are lucky. Be happy your change in nature wasn't earth. So then I'm a perfect match for Sasuke? Well, yeah, wind beats lightning, certainly. No, that's not what I meant. Huh? What I meant was that only my wind can assist and magnify his fire. Yes, that's true, too. THSTA all for now. If you enjoy then please like, share and do comments.